Okay, so this is my finished black and white vector, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to change this into a color vector image now, and what I'm going to do is I'm basically going to turn off that tracing layer and just take a look at my final product, and that looks pretty good. What I'm going to do is I'm going to click down here on this layer, and then I'm going to say new layer, and I'm going to drag this to the bottom, and I'm going to go ahead, double click on this. We're going to call this color pattern. I'm going to click OK, and I'm just going to hold Alt on my keyboard and click on the eye on the layer I want to keep, and that shuts all the other layers off. It keeps only the current layer visible. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and find that image, color image from Photoshop, posterized image. And I'm going to go ahead and place that in here. And I'm going to just turn this black and white one on right now to use as a guide. So I'm just going to click on and hold on Shift, and I'm going to kind of just try to make this as close to the other one as possible. I'm just going to rearrange these layers quick here. So the color one should be on top now. Alright. Color pattern we actually want on top of these two. Alright, there we go. And I'm going to hold Shift to go ahead and constrain my image, make sure it's proportional. Now I want to be careful because I don't want this to be too large. And then I can just click on that, select that, and when I have it about the right size, I can use my arrow keys to just arrow over and just place that image almost perfectly. Alright, so that's going to be pretty close there. Now, you're going to have to do some additional tracing here. There's no way around it. But if you can save on some tracing, that's the goal here. So what I'm going to do is just demonstrate how I would go about tackling this, saving on some tracing. So what I would do is I would start out with filling the background with the dominant color again. So all you're going to do in order to do this is go ahead and lock that color tracing pattern layer down, alright, and turn on your head and shoulders layer. Okay, as you can see, that's pretty accurate. It's already there. There's not any reason to trace this again. So I'm just going to identify this this lighter tone, and I'm going to use that to fill this entire background. Okay, that's going to mean that when I come through here, I won't have to trace. If you're looking, following the cursor, I won't have to trace any of these features on my face that possess that tone. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to unlock that head and shoulders layer. I'm going to turn it on, and what we need to do is we need to come over here, hit A on our keyboard, select that geometry that we already have traced and filled with gray, and we want to add absolutely no stroke, so we don't want any fill, and we don't want any stroke. And then all we need to do here is hit our eyedropper tool and click on that, and then boom, just like that, that's traced. Now I can lock that down, and I can click off the visibility layer. The next one I'm going to go ahead and attempt to do is I'm going to try and keep my hair the same as well. So if I turn that layer on, okay, you can see that still lines up pretty good. There might be a little bit of additional tracing, but that's going to line up pretty good. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to unlock that layer. I'm going to make it visible. I'm going to hit A on my keyboard, and I'm going to select that geometry. Once I select the geometry, I'm going to click on No Fill, and I'm going to decide, okay, what am I going to fill this with now? In this particular instance, I'm going to fill this with brown. So I just click on I, and I fill it with brown. Alright? And like I said, you're going to have to go back and do some tracing. However, if you can save some time by using layers, geometries that are already traced and just go back and fill them in with color, that works good as well. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just turn these off, and I'm going to take a look at these gray features on the face. Now, this is one that I probably am not going to be able to reuse. So I'm going to have to look at going in here and retracing some of these patches of color on my face. Okay? But if you can reuse these, I would like you to reuse them. After you're done with this, you're going to go ahead and finish tracing the color one, and when you're finished,
the weight room will be closed today. Mind you're getting students that are going to be using the weight room. It will be closed today, and it'll be back open tomorrow.
Okay, so if you're going to use the weight room, don't worry. Oh, wait, one more.
Students to the guidance office, please. Emily Anderson, Kate Gonzalez, Eli Liebenow, Chloe McKay, and Rachel Mollison to the guidance office. Also, there will be a representative from UW Milwaukee's guidance office today at 11 o'clock. If you need a pass, please stop in the guidance office. Thank you.
Okay, all right, now that I can talk again, here's what I'd like you to do. When you're finished tracing the color one, we're going to go ahead and make an InDesign layout. So I will demonstrate that in the next video. That will be video 7.